Hello everyone, this is Dan Hollings and we are here for session 2 in Stomper Mobile, and I am sure that you have lots of questions from session number 1. I know there were many in the Stomper Mobile portal or the forum area, and I tried to answer those as quickly as I could over the course of the week. And what I want to do tonight is I will be accepting questions, but I'd like to take those questions toward the end. That way, we'll be able to answer any questions that you've jotted down or have experienced over the week, and we can also address any questions that you may have for session number 2. In addition, we're going to continue toward the end with the traffic tips that I started working through last week. So there is an awful lot of really good stuff that we'll have toward the end. We'll probably be together tonight for about 2 hours. I'll go as fast as I can, but I want to make sure I'm going at a pace where it's easy for you to enjoy it and digest. And again, I will remind you that if for any reason you can't stay for the whole session or something of that nature, no problem. These sessions are recorded and they are posted in the Stomper Mobile portal, and it usually takes about 24 hours to get them in there, so if you're a little patient, it will be there. Also, any related materials, I also post them in the media area of the portal, so make sure that you check that out to see what's there. For example, last week, in addition to the recording of the Stomper session, Stomper Mobile session number 1, also I included the actual PDF of the slide presentation, hoping that that may help as well. So it's going to be an exciting night tonight, lots of good stuff, and there's already some media that's been posted in the portal that will pertain to some of the stuff that I'll be covering. So let's get started here. What we're going to talk about tonight has more to do with running a campaign. Now, I know that you've set up several mobile websites, and thanks to everyone that shared their link. I'm going to show you later in tonight's session how you can share your link not only with me but with other members, so there's going to be a lot more interaction as we get toward the end. But the focus last week was just understanding the basic concept of mobile marketing, and also getting a website or 2 or 3 up. Now, if you've done all 3, that's great. If you haven't, then you need to continue working on it this week until you at least have your 3 basic sites up. Now, we're going to start working on traffic campaigns, as I mentioned, toward the end, and we can start to get some traffic to these sites. Now, I know you're thinking, gosh, Dan, my site's, it's okay, but I'm sure I could do better with more time, and I know there's other things I can add to it, and how do I get analytics in there, and all kinds of stuff. And that's true. It's just that there's so much to cover that we have to pace through it, and unfortunately it's going to take 10 sessions and 12 weeks for us to get through everything. So the way your mobile site looks and works right now today, if you've got it up, is probably good enough to at least get going. And as we move along, you'll be able to add to, change, improve, and tweak things so that it just gets better and better and better. But again, what we're going to talk about tonight in the first part has to do with how you do a mobile marketing campaign. So I want to start with 3 secrets that if you embed these as part of your mindset about mobile marketing, it's going to form a foundation of what really can make you successful in mobile. And I want to remind you, if you haven't seen session number 1, or even if you have, you need to go back when you can and watch it again. And at the beginning of that session, I also did 3 very core principles that form a foundation of a good mobile marketing strategy. So for tonight, let's take a look at the very first one. The mobile marketing campaign secret number 1 is that all mobile campaigns must have a clearly defined purpose. What this means is that you need to have a goal, and the goal needs to be either to build a list or to sell a product or to increase your branding or to get foot traffic or what have you. It needs to have that purpose. But it also needs to have a clearly defined purpose for your recipient, for your end user, your prospect, or your customer. You need to define that to the point of writing it down so that you can make sure that everything that you do is going toward that goal. So many people just get into a campaign, and this is whether it's mobile or internet, it doesn't matter, and they just start doing stuff. It's almost like they do something they read in an email yesterday, and then, a week later they read another email, and all of a sudden they're doing that. That's not really a good way to do a marketing campaign. What you need to do is decide, what am I trying to accomplish here for myself? What am I trying to accomplish for my customers and prospects? And have a very good focused purpose. That's really core in mobile marketing. The second thing, and this is very specific to mobile marketing, is that you need to plan on having dynamic activity between you and your customer when you do a mobile marketing campaign. Dynamic activity breeds success and profitability. All right? That means that there's engagement, there's interaction. Mobile is much more one-on-one between you and your prospect or customer than any other kind of marketing that you'll do, and it's instant. And that's what makes it so powerful. When a text message goes out, within an hour, 95, 96, 97, 98% of the people have seen the message, and about 40 to 50% generally respond in some way. So, that is, very rapid, if not instant interaction, and it's dynamic, meaning that, as you do something, your customer does something, then you do something back, and things are molded around trying to bring you and your prospect or customer together toward the mutual purpose that you have decided in step number one. The third thing is that success is always one question away. And the question is, what's in it for me? And I'm talking from the customer's perspective. In other words, the customer always wants to know what's in it for me, and even more so when it's mobile. They're not going to give you their mobile phone number if you're not making it clear why they should do this. What's in it for your customer? That is core. So as soon as you get an idea to do a campaign, and it's going to be a mobile campaign, then you need to say, okay, I know what I want, but what's in it for my customer? And if you can't come up with a question or an answer to that question that is very, very compelling, then your campaign is probably not going to be successful. So always ask that question about your campaign. All of this stuff is like a jigsaw puzzle, and I'm trying to put together piece by piece all of the things that you need to think about, but yet at the same time keep it pretty simple, okay? What I've shared with you are three secrets to a successful campaign. It's not that much, okay? And if you actually do it, you will see that this will make a significant difference in any campaigns that you orchestrate. Now, let's look at the 6.5 steps that you'll go through to create a dynamic mobile marketing campaign. Now, step number one, and I'll let you know, you don't need to take copious notes on what you see on the screen for a couple of reasons. First of all, you're going to have the slide presentation, and yes, there's going to be a recording of this webinar, but also there is a worksheet that I'm going to be providing to you that has a great deal of this information. Now, what's not in the worksheet is all of the elaboration and the explanation that I may go through. So I'm sharing that with you just so that you don't think that you have to write every single thing that you see on the screen down. You'll have that in print in a few different ways. So step number one in creating a successful dynamic mobile marketing campaign is what I call nail the market and hammer it home. You need to figure out what your customer wants and offer it. Okay? Now, they're going to want something within the 7 categories that you see here. Your mobile customer or your mobile prospect is going to want one of these 7 things. So let's briefly run through these. Okay, location-based information. Okay, these aren't in a particular order because it really just depends on the customer and the prospect and what it is that you're offering. But I will say this, location-based information is way up there all the time. If somebody's in a particular area, then the restaurants or the businesses that are in that same area are of extreme interest to a potential prospect or customer. Okay, so location-based information is a priority. Now, many of the smartphones now have GPS in them, so it's possible for us to deliver location-based information based on GPS, but also if they're doing mobile search, the same thing is true there, whether it's through Google or through a social network or what have you. Many of these systems now geotag where you are and combine that with where the customer is so that we're able to deliver location-based information to prospects and customers, a lot easier than we could have done, a couple of years ago. So what you need to do as I go through each of these is think, okay, on this particular product or on this particular campaign or this particular thing that I'm going to do, whether it's an event or a fundraising thing, whatever it is, what about this thing I'm trying to get out there, this promotion I'm about to do, what about it is location-based, and what can I do in order to give my customers, something that would help them in regards to, maybe finding it in a particular locale or something of that nature. And also keep in mind that people travel. Location-based also can have to do with people, going from one place to another place. I'm in Tucson, Arizona right now, but I might love to have some location-based information on things that are in the Atlanta area if I were going there for an event. Okay? Keep that in mind. It's not only where your customer is located at the moment, it's also where your customer is planning to go in the future. The next thing is time-based information. This is, something that can be delivered by mobile, very easily, and customers and prospects, love it. For example, if you're about to have an event, you can always shoot out a text message and let people know that the event's going to be starting in an hour, or it's going to be starting tomorrow at noon, or what have you. Time-based information is a real strong thing, a piece of information that you can provide to your customers, and they will appreciate that. The ability, number 3, the ability to save time or money. This is as old as human beings, really, and it is at the very top of what people really love about mobile. For example, when we did the Stomper Mobile launch, we offered a coupon, and coupons are hugely popular. There's some information that I'll be sharing as we get into later sessions, and we even talk about mobile coupons, and also we'll be posting it in some resource areas and as well as the Stomper Mobile portal. But I think the two top things that people really like and what really drives traffic is the ability to save money or save time. And if they can get it through a text message or a mobile website, then that's a wonderful thing to do. So you need to think about what it is about your product or your promotion or your service or your event or your book or whatever it is you're doing that you could do to save them time or money. And the easiest answer is, without a doubt, a mobile coupon. But don't get stuck just on that. There are many other things that you can do. The fourth thing is to somehow simplify the mobile user's life. For example, And believe me, when I give you examples, there's so many that I really want you to think about how could I take my product and do something to simplify a person's life. You know, if someone is going to the grocery store and you had some way to help organize their shopping list or help get them recipes for that night that took 20 minutes or something like that, those are the types of things that you could provide. And depending on what your business is, you could weave in certain things of that nature. I think I gave an example. I think it was in one of the pre-launch seminars of when you deliver your product, providing a mobile way to simplify their use of that product. For example, you can, if you actually deliver something by mail, or even if you deliver it by email, let's say it's a 10 CD training program that you've put together and you're selling it, or maybe it's not CDs, maybe you're delivering it on the web and it's 10 audios. You could certainly simplify their life by providing them maybe a mobile summary of where certain key things are that you think that they should go and listen to first. There's nothing more disappointing than getting all excited about a program and then getting 10 2-hour audios and you're just thinking, well, geez, do I start at the beginning and then wade through all of this stuff, and it'll take a couple of months probably before I get it all. But wouldn't it be great if somebody could say, hey, go to CD number 4, and 10 minutes in, there's, if you don't listen to anything else right away, go ahead and listen to that. And another thing, in other words, you can kind of pick little things out. If you do that, number one, you're simplifying their life. You're engaging them in your product or service. And the great thing is that you will reduce returns because people will go and do these little snippets of your product, right away if you tell them how to do it, and you make it sound really important. That way, even if they never hear the whole, collection of audios that you're sharing, they feel they've benefited because you've got them engaged in that product. So that's one way. You just have to think about your product and what is it that I could do that I could deliver through mobile that would do that. Maybe it would be a reminder. Maybe you got 10. I'm still using the same example, but maybe you have 10 CDs, and you want to send them a little mobile reminder once every 2 weeks that they should be, you should now be on CD number 2 or CD number 3. Reminders are great in mobile marketing, different types of alerts and things. And so when we get to the text messaging systems, I'll show you how you can set those things up. Entertainment, number 5. Okay, that is, in fact, I don't know if I'll have a chance tonight, but there was a site that I bumped into earlier today, which was just a little mobile joke site, and it was just pure entertainment. And I was wondering, why they bothered, putting this little site together. But lo and behold, they had AdMob ads there, like AdSense, and you would just pull it up. It was just a little mobile website. Looked like it could have been built right there on MobiSite Galore, and it would have one joke. And you'd read the joke. It'd have a little ad at the top, but you'd read the joke, and they were pretty good. And then you click the button, and it'd bring up some, second random joke. And, I don't know how many they had, but they must have had hundreds, if not thousands of them. And I spent a good bit of time there, just entertaining myself as I was waiting for my wife to finish up with something she was doing. And I actually clicked on a couple of the ads. I was curious, and in fact, there was an application that I ended up downloading from the App Store at Apple that I saw right there. And so that was revenue for the person who bothered to create that little entertainment site. And there are many, many things that you can do like that. So entertainment is a big, big thing, and people have their mobile phone with them. A lot of times they have downtime. They're just standing around waiting. They're on a train or things of that nature. And if you can come up with something that's entertaining, that's related to what you do, you can certainly, do really well with that. Social interaction, I don't have to tell you how popular Twitter and Facebook and the location-based social medias are. That's something that has proven itself to really strike a chord with many, many people. But if you can determine what it is that your customer wants in regards to social interaction, be it within their own community or be it, globally, that is something that can be really, really helpful in putting together a dynamic mobile marketing campaign. And then number 7 is recognition, VIP treatment, and support. These things are huge. If you want to know why Twitter was so successful, a lot of it had to do with the fact that on the home page it would show how many followers a person had. And so people got into it, and it almost turned into this game of seeing how many followers I could get. And when you would go out, you would always, say, hey, you doing Twitter? Yeah, oh, God, I got 1,000 followers. Really? I got 2,000. And it became this thing where it almost went too far that direction because people weren't really paying attention to the social interaction and what they could really do with Twitter. It was like a scorecard to see how many followers you could get, and that was all there was to it for many people. But it was the recognition part of that. But the other part is your customers like recognition. In fact, sometimes people will write testimonials for you just because they'd love to see their picture or their testimonial up on your website. It's a type of recognition. VIP treatment. It's always great to have like a higher level of your program where they get VIP treatment, okay? For example, and we're not doing this right now, but it would be very easy to do it. I'll give you an example that I could do. I could say, look, you're taking Stomper Mobile and you paid this amount for Stomper Mobile, but how would you like to have VIP treatment where I would allow you to text me directly and I promise to answer your questions within an hour? And, I could charge, maybe a little extra for that. Okay, we're not doing that, but I'm just saying that's the type of thing that you can do with your products and services where you give people just a little bit of extra, special VIP treatment, and you can either charge for it or you can just use it as something to just, another bullet point in why they should buy from you. Okay, people like to feel like they're special, they like recognition, and if you treat them like a VIP, it will help you sell, it will help you create upsells as well. Support, we're going to talk about that more on another slide here, but I feel that support is front tier or the top tier of marketing. And if you don't have customer support, you should have a ticket system up. In most businesses, if you're just doing affiliate programs, you may not need it, but you should have some type of support because when people do have a problem, it needs to get resolved. And guess what? Okay, Stomper Mobile in our launch, we had problems. Okay, if we didn't have customer support, we would have lost many, many sales. Could have our support been better? Yeah, okay. In fact, I even stepped in and was answering as many questions as I could just to help out the support team, okay? So, I don't think you can ever have support be too good. Make sure that in mobile marketing, you make sure that you're ready to handle support because the mobile customer is in a faster pace. They expect things faster, and they're not going to wait, 2 days for you to, help them with something. They're used to something, fast. That's why you can even consider allowing a certain level of support through text messaging. Nothing wrong with setting up a special keyword, for your support and letting people do that, and then have someone man your text messaging support system. Okay. That's step number 1. We're talking about putting together a successful, dynamic mobile marketing campaign. Step number 2 is your front-end alignment. Okay, you need to align what your customer wants with whatever your campaign goals are. Here are the 7 things that are probably the most important things that you as a business owner or a marketer or an entrepreneur would want to achieve with a mobile marketing campaign. Now, There may be other things, but these are the 7 things that I think that cover most of the possibilities. First is your goal may be to build your mobile prospect list, okay? Either fresh from new prospects, or you may be going through a process where you're wanting to begin to convert some of your existing customer and prospect lists over to a mobile prospect list. Okay, so whatever it is, to build a mobile prospect list is a wonderful campaign goal to have. Okay, the second one is to reduce customer turnover and or to reduce product returns. The third thing you can do with a mobile marketing campaign is just to gain new customers. Number 4 is to increase sales or revenue. Okay, now that can be either by coming up with new products and in particular variations that are mobile oriented. I mean, really, you could go through all of your products and think, well, how can I do something mobile and make it a new product or an upsell to some product that I already have? That's a way to increase sales or to increase revenues. The other thing is to increase upsells. As soon as somebody buys something from you, then you immediately should be trying to upsell them to something else. Either a better version of what they just bought or an add-on that is somehow related to what they just bought, or just some other product. They bought something from you, so what the heck? Let's see if they might buy something else. The easiest sale to make is the sale that you make right after the first sale. It's kind of like, the old saying, your second $1 million is a lot easier than the first $1 million. Well, same thing with sales. It's that first sale is the hardest, but the second sale is a lot easier. But I would venture to guess that 50% of the people on the call tonight, whenever somebody comes to your shopping cart and buys something, you don't even offer them anything else to sell. You just let them check out and hope they come back again, okay? Go to the grocery store sometime, and as you're standing right there in the checkout line, and they're ringing you up, if you look around, all the candy and this and that and around that, those are their upsell things. You didn't really necessarily go there to buy that, but there you are, you're in the shopping cart, okay, and all of that stuff is there. They're trying to upsell you right there, okay? Magazines, all that stuff, all right? You need to do that with your products and services and also with your mobile sales. But let me give you an example. Whatever it is that you sell, as soon as somebody buys it, let's say they're buying it online on their computer. As soon as they buy it, you could have the, either as soon as they buy it or before they check out, you could have, oh, and by the way, if you'd like the mobile version of this or the mobile enhancement of this, or the 52 tips that come on your mobile phone that'll help you get more out of my product than you would if you didn't have this. It's only this much extra. So mobile provides just a whole new thought process of thinking of other things that you could sell. In effect, you can repurpose your products in a way by adding some type of a mobile upsell element. Okay, number 6 is to augment your brand awareness. And number 7 is to spread positive word of mouth or to increase viral. Okay, mobile is really, really good for that. And that's it for your front-end alignment. So what we've covered thus far is, first is we're basically trying to meet and deliver what our customer wants. That was step number 1. And then the second is we're trying to align that with what it is that we want. Okay? And you mesh those two things together, and that's the beginning of a good mobile marketing campaign. Now, this is something I covered in the last session, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I wanted to make sure that you don't forget it, because in the process of a person experiencing your campaign or going through your shopping cart or looking at your mobile landing page or even your PC-based landing page, okay, you can present these mobile magnets. You can let them know that there's a mobile coupon. You can let them know, that there are, facts that are mobile-based that you can provide about your product. So review through these and make sure that you think about that as you put together your dynamic mobile marketing campaign. Okay, the next one's going to blow you away. Step number 3 is now you need to tool up for the campaign that you're working on. And what that means is that you need to decide, okay, in order to accomplish my goals and the customers, meet the customer's wants, what are the best tools and systems and strategies that will work to make this happen? Now, I don't have all of the things that you can do on this page, but there sure are a lot of them, okay? We haven't even covered hardly any of these, but we will as we go through the rest of the sessions. But we have text messages, we have testimonials, we have text alerts, text groups. We're going to be talking about that tonight. I've created a Stomper mobile text group. It's going to blow you away. You're going to love it, but you can use that as a strategy. The Wafidi screen, if you remember, the screen that I showed in the pre-launch where people could text in and then it would show up either on a flat screen in a business or on a large screen at a live event or on your computer screen through a webinar, or you can actually put it on your site. That's at wafidi.com, by the way, but that's a really interesting thing, and it may fit into your campaign. Voice is mobile. Toll-free numbers. Make sure you go into your StomperNet or Stomper mobile portal and activate your Communicast toll-free number. Okay, you get this at no cost, and there's not any reason not to have it. You're going to need it for some of your mobile marketing strategies, so go ahead and get that done. Recorded messages. Actually, that's a part of toll-free numbers, or can be a part of that. Another great strategy, and we'll talk more about that later, but that's also doable through the Communicast system. SlyDial, okay, we've talked about that. It's a way to call your customers on their mobile phone, and the phone will not ring, but you can leave a message. Social media. LBSM. LBSM is location-based social media. Remember that because it's a long word, and many people use LBSM as the abbreviation. You can use mobile videos. You can develop mobile apps. You can do mobile joint ventures. You'll probably start seeing a lot more of those in 2010 going forward than you've seen thus far. Mobile keyword, and again, a mobile keyword is that word that your prospect or customer types in to their text message so that when it arrives to your system, your text messaging system, you know what they are texting in about. Maybe they're entering a contest or a poll, or maybe they're requesting information on a product or a property that you're selling, or they want more information about an event. A mobile keyword has nothing to do with SEO. A mobile keyword is just the word people send in order for you to be able to respond back, or your system to be able to respond back with the proper auto-response system. Click to call. Many of you have already installed that on your mobile website, where a person can go to any web page and they can just touch your phone number, literally click it, and it will connect them to you or them to your pre-recorded message. 2D barcodes, we're going to talk about that a lot later, but actually, and I can't remember the individual, but someone posted a 2D barcode in the Stomper portal area, and it's really cool. You can take a picture of that, and it will literally take you directly to the Communicast system so that you know how to get your Communicast phone number. So again, my apologies for not remembering the name right now, but that's really cool. So you can look for that in the Stomper mobile portal, just do a search for 2D barcode or click around in the forum a little bit, and you can see that. We're going to talk about that a lot more later. The mobile web, you're already into that because you have your sites going up, your mobile landing pages, mobile search, mobile ads like AdMob, or there's many different services out there that are providing mobile ads now, but AdMob is the largest. And we're going to talk about it soon. I don't have the information yet, but Apple is about to release their iAds, and I'm expecting that to be a significant release. And as soon as I know more about it, we'll be talking about it in the class. So that's an exciting area. Mobile public relations, or PR, mobile SEO, proximity, mobile coupons, polls, contests, surveys, freebies, mobile games, ringtones, stickers. What the heck is stickers there for? I got to tell you, you can do more with stickers than probably anything else that I can think of. And we'll talk about it more in detail later, but just so you know what I'm talking about, you know, if somebody comes into your business and you want them to be able to remember something, like maybe what they should text in if they want to, you know, order pizza next time, or what they should text in if they want to get a discount the next time they come to your store, you can actually put that information on a little sticker, and then that sticker can go on their credit card. Hint, hint. It can go, you know, you can give it, you know, give it to them to, you know, put just literally anywhere. If you do a service type business, you know, let's say you're a carpet cleaner, no reason not when you come in to do their carpets, why not put a sticker on their vacuum cleaner so that every time they get out the vacuum cleaner to do that, they see the little sticker, and it's a reminder that they could, you know, text to you, or they could go to your mobile website, or they could call you, or whatever, and that's fine. The only thing I can say with stickers is this: make sure you get a good quality sticker that can be removed, and make sure that you don't put a sticker on anything unless you asked the customer for their permission to do so. And if you ask in the right way, you're not going to get many no's, and it can be a powerful strategy to tie into your mobile marketing. Okay? When people see a sticker, they generally don't have a computer with them, but they always have their mobile phone, so that's why stickers and mobile work together well. Signage, I hardly need to explain that, whether it's a bumper sticker or a billboard or just a little tent sign that's sitting, you know, in your store or on the table, whatever it is. It's an incredible way to connect the dots between offline and mobile, and you should think about that when you put your strategies together. So what we have here in step 3 are a number of strategies, tools, and systems just to help you to figure out what you can do with this campaign that you're working on. Okay? Next. The next thing is the actual mobile campaign launch. Now, we're going to go into this in much more detail in session 5, but here's the rule of thumb. The best time to launch your campaign is always yesterday. Now, if you're laughing, and it is kind of funny, what I'm trying to tell you is this. There are people that try to get too many things perfect before they go live. And if you do that, you're just either never going to go live, or you're going to be a day late and $1 short. In other words, don't expect perfection in your campaigns. In other words, go at it based on, you know, what you can get done in the time you have, what you can get done with the amount of money that you have, what you can get done with the amount of knowledge that you have, all right, and the amount of support and help that you have. You know, those are your resources. You just go at it, you do your best within the, you know, all of those parameters, and you just go ahead and get it up. Now, again, I can point to the Stomper mobile launch. Boy, I wish I could just do it all over again. I'd do it, you know, 10 times better if I did it again. But the point is that if we just kept waiting and waiting to get it all set up and all perfect, then it probably wouldn't have been launched for another 6 months. And that's ridiculous. You learn as you do campaigns, and you'll never do a perfect one. So just forget about it. Set up your parameters, and especially your timeline. Work within your budget, and just go ahead and get the darn mobile campaign up and out there. That's why I wanted you to build 3 mobile websites in the very first session. Because, yeah, your mobile website's going to look a lot better 6 months from now, and it's going to have a lot more things it could do and all of that. That's all fine and dandy, but it sure feels good. And I know a lot of people were, I could almost feel your smiles. It just felt good to have a mobile site up and be able to, hey, I got a mobile site. Take a look at it. It just feels good. And so that's what you've got to do. Always launch your campaigns as soon as you can get them up. All right. Again, we're going to talk more about step number 4 in a later session. Step number 5, same thing here. We're going to talk more about mobile analytics in session number 8. But I know that it's high in priority for many people, at least to have some basic analytics and traffic statistics on your mobile site. I mean, it's nothing worse than having your site up and you're just sitting there wondering, gosh, I wonder if anybody's even been there or not. So having a certain level of analytics now is important. So all I'm going to do for tonight is just point you in a direction, and if you'll follow my secret that I revealed last session, in session number 1, you'll be able to get this up and running good enough to do some damage. And the secret was just go to these systems that I have on the screen now and read their FAQs, click on the tutorials, look at their instructional videos, and you'll probably do just fine. So analytics is basically the phase of your campaign where you look at what is going on and you begin to tweak your trajectory. All the stuff about, testing 2 pages and split testing and Taguchi and all that kind of stuff, it does still apply to mobile, but unfortunately, we don't yet have quite as sophisticated tools in order to do all of this stuff as easy as it might be done with computer. But because there are fewer variables on a mobile site, I think that just with some good common sense and some simple split testing and just taking a look at your analytics, you can probably figure out how to tweak things and do things better on your campaign if you set up these analytics. The 2 I recommend are AdMob, which is at analytics.admob.com, or Bango, which is at bango.com/mobile analytics. Why isn't Google here? Well, they probably will be soon, but they still don't quite have their act together. It's hard to believe, right? But in the mobile area, they're moving fast, but still, they don't yet have the best analytics. I even went today, before I even, was going to teach you guys or even talk about this, and to see if maybe they had yet got things, all together. And they're close, but they're not there yet. And they bought AdMob. So they're going to have the benefit of that combined with their current analytics, and I'm sure they're going to end up with a good solution. The primary challenge is that JavaScript doesn't work on all mobile phones, and many of the analytics or tracking technologies require JavaScript in order to pick up what's going on. So that's one of the problems. And then the other is you've got literally thousands of different types of browsers on the various phones that are out there, and web-based analytics are just not set up to determine what kind of a mobile phone has just hit the page. And so you've got to go to a special mobile analytics system in order to get that done. And AdMob and Bango are the 2 that I'd recommend for now. Okay, and then step number 6, again, we're working on a perfect dynamic, mobile marketing campaign, and there's 6.5 steps that I've shared with you here. If you just plot out and go through these steps, you're going to have a really good mobile marketing campaign. Number 6 is customer satisfaction. If you forget this step, you may as well forget mobile. Customer satisfaction is huge in mobile, and you need to be aware of that. If something's not right, mobile people will get the word out really fast. So remember this, good or bad, with mobile, you'll always get viral marketing. You do good stuff, they're going to talk about the good stuff. You do bad stuff, they're going to talk about the bad stuff. And unfortunately, I don't know if there's a real statistic on this, but I'm sure that people love to talk about the bad stuff a lot more and a lot quicker, and it gets a lot more viral than the good stuff. So there you have it. Those are the 6 steps. Now, you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of stuff. I wish I could just like formalize this in some way. Well, here you go. This is something that I've worked on for about 2 years now to come to this set of worksheets. And they're available for you right now if you were to go into Stomper Mobile, the portal area, and look under Media. I uploaded it right before the presentation, and you'll be able to download this PDF, print it out, and you literally will have perhaps the best mobile marketing strategy worksheet or blueprint that is out there in order for you to figure out how to make the most, not only out of mobile marketing, but out of any specific mobile marketing campaign that you're doing. And it will also remind you of the 7 areas that you should be focusing on. Okay? That, we talked about that first, building a prospect list, how to gain new customers, how to increase revenue or sales, how to increase your upsells, how to get word of mouth, how to do branding, all of the things that you would likely want to improve with your business or your project or your organization. They're all there. Now, these worksheets, I'm actually going to pull one up here and go through it, and then we'll pop back to our presentation. This is a little bigger view of it. Okay, let me actually go to it. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, now what you see on the screen now, this is the actual PDF that you will download, and you can see as you scroll through it, there are 7 worksheets. Okay? 7 worksheets. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to decide what is it that I'm trying to do in this campaign. And let's just say that you're going to do a campaign in order to build your mobile prospect list. Okay? So you'd print this out, and you can use it to begin to work through what strategy I'm going to use, what tool I'm going to use, and how I'm going to provide the customer what they want. And when you do all of that, then like magic, your mobile marketing campaign will make a lot more sense, and it'll actually work. So this is more of a mental thing where you sit down and you figure out what it is that you can do, you should do, how to do it, and it's going to take you a little, thought power, and you will be better at it after our 12 weeks together than you would be today. But I wanted to go ahead and give it to you so that you could begin to see, how it would work. And the reason you'll be better is you'll understand more of the things that you can do. So let's first just look at the form as far as how you would fill it out, and we'll just quickly kind of talk through some ideas that would enable you to work with this. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to state what your specific goal is. Now, if your goal, let's say that your goal is to take your existing database, which has no mobile phone numbers in it, and you want to try to get those people to opt in to something mobile so that you can get their mobile phone number, and you could get them, let's say you were trying to move them from, I'm not necessarily saying you need to do this, but you're trying to move some of your people from your existing autoresponder over to Communicast or whatever your text messaging system is. Okay, so that would be the goal, okay? Who is responsible? I think that's really important. It's either going to be you or someone on your staff. Okay, you might be outsourcing it, but still there needs to be somebody, that really cares, that's going to be responsible for this. And then here, it's up to you. And again, this form isn't meant to force anything upon you, and you may modify this as you begin working with it, but a date, either the date that you first put this together, or it could even be the date that you want this to be done by, whatever. All right, in this column, going down this way, we have the customer wants. We discussed these a few moments ago in the presentation. Your customer either wants location-based information, time-based information, they want to save time or money, they want to simplify their life, they want entertainment, they want social interaction, or they want recognition, VIP treatment, or support. That's what they want when we're talking about mobile. So you would think, okay, well, let's see. If I'm trying to get people, I'm going through the actual process here, okay? If I'm trying to get people who are already customers of mine, or they're already on a list of mine in a database someplace, if I'm trying to get them to give me their mobile phone number, is there anything that I could give them that would be location-based information that would be the carrot that would get them to do this? Okay? Maybe you're an author and you travel all around the world and you give presentations and speeches and you talk about your topic. So what you could do is your strategy, which you could put in here, is, well, I'll put together an email and it's going to announce my new alert or notification system telling people that I will shoot them an email if I'm going to be with, in their state or in their area or their region or something like that. I'm not going to blast out text messages to everybody. I will only send it out if I'm going to be in their state or in their city or something like that. That would be the strategy. It's a very custom location-based bit of information. People would say, oh, that's cool. I'd love to know when so-and-so is going to be in town. Now, I don't have to read a million emails to figure it out or go look at some calendar that's got all these places he's speaking all around the world, and I can't go to any of them. I only want to know when he's going to be in town, and now I don't have to worry about it because whenever that happens, I'm going to get a text message, and I can be there. Cool? That's my strategy. So you just jot a few little lines down here just to kind of remind you of what it is. You're not trying to paint the whole picture here. Okay, the whole picture is going to be, laid out, in probably a little more space than that, but that'll give you that seed or that germ of an idea so that you're ready to run with it. What would the tool be? Well, in this case, it's going to be, number one, your existing autoresponder or whatever it is that you're using to send emails, out to your database. That's your old tool that you already got. But the new tool might be Communicast, or it may be whatever text messaging system that you use, and that can vary depending on which one you like and perhaps where you're located in the world. That would be your tool. Okay? But I could do another strategy. I could do a time-based information. Maybe what it is I could say, a lot of times I run I do certain things that if you knew in time that you could benefit from this. Maybe like you're about to release a product. Sometimes even when they do launches, they'll have like you kind of join the VIP list, so to speak. This is kind of blending in a little bit with actually the last one on the page. But it's time-based, meaning that I'll let you know 24 hours before I go live to the general public, you're going to get an advance notice. That would be time-based information. Okay, so you would create write your strategy out here. You'd figure out what your tool is going to be here, and then you're set. How about save time or money? Okay, I gave an example, I believe last week, but it's a real good one. Let's say you have a service-based business, and occasionally you have people who cancel out. Carpet cleaner is supposed to do, Mrs. Smith's house tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Well, tomorrow morning, I get a frantic call from her that she's got relatives coming in that she didn't expect, and I can't do the carpet now. So what do? I have my technicians just sit around and twiddle their thumbs, or do I shoot out a text message to people that I've got on my list and say, hey, I've got a cancellation. If you'll let my guys come over and do your carpets, we'll give you a 30% discount. That would be a save time or save money strategy. So you've got to figure out, well, how am I going to get my existing customers on this list? You kind of have to figure out what, maybe you do a little flyer or a little card you hand to people, or maybe you just tell them about it right after you're done doing your work. And you're saying, oh, by the way, I hope you have me come back out again, and we have a special, mobile program where we notify people when we have cancellations, and if you're interested, just a way to save money. Next time I do your carpets, whatever. Bingo! That sounds cool. Yeah, well, here, just give me your cell phone number, and I'll opt you in here. And you're not going to get a lot of messages from me, but anytime somebody cancels out, I'll shoot it over, and we'll be able to save you some money. That's a strategy, and you can do your tools. It might also be a mobile coupon. Okay, we use that with the Stomper mobile launch. Okay, that saves money. Simplify their life. Put your strategy, your tool. Come up with some type of entertainment. Okay, that could be maybe again, you got to remember we're trying to, in our case, convert existing customers over to a new mobile list. Maybe what you're going to start doing is you're going to shoot out very interesting videos. They could be humorous, or they could be educational, or what have you, but they're only going to be done on mobile. And so if you want to tap into this series of, we'll do maybe one a month, and if you want to tap into that, then you need to go here, opt in, and what have you. And so then you just figure out how that strategy is going to work. You figure out what the tool is and what have you. You can have fun brainstorming this. Now, if you get stuck, and it's like you just can't think of, well, what strategy should I use, or what tool should I use? Well, guess what? Down here at the bottom is that list that you saw earlier in the presentation, right down here. See all that? It's small, but it's just meant to serve as a reminder, kind of to prompt you, as to things you might consider doing. It doesn't cover everything, but it covers a lot. Text, testimonials, text alerts, text groups, graffiti screen, voice, toll-free, recorded messages, slide dial, social media, LBSM, all the stuff we talked about earlier. It's on every one of these 7x7 mobile marketing strategy worksheet pages. So you can just kind of skim through those and go, oh, yeah, I could use that. Oh, I could do that. So this is a brainstorming tool. It's a strategy tool. It's a worksheet in order to map out a blueprint. It's invaluable. Okay, most everything you could possibly think of doing, you can do it through this form, and it will spawn incredible creativity. The next one is social interaction. You might want to try to figure out how to move your Twitter followers over to your SMS text messaging list. Okay? Figure out some strategy for that. VIP, treatment, support, recognition. Maybe you want to announce to your list that you're now going to have a new higher level of customer support. Okay? And if they opt into your list, then they can then text in any type of question on a product that they have bought. And you can try things like that. So can you see how working with a tool or a worksheet like this will literally open a Pandora's box of opportunity for you in the mobile marketing area? So what you can do is you could just pick, this is what I would recommend as your homework for this week. I know you don't know all of the tools and all of the strategies, and we don't even have them all set up. But it's good to just start thinking about how it might be done. So what I would recommend that you do is that you pick out one of the things that you would like to achieve, whether it's to build a mobile prospect list, reduce customer turnover, gain new customers, increase sales and revenue, maybe add some new upsells, increase upsells, increase your brand awareness if that's important for you, and how to get people to spread positive word of mouth. Okay, now, and just pick out one of these and see if you could come up with a strategy and then maybe pinpoint what tool it would be. Even if you just did, you could do this however you want, but even if you just pick one, like say I want to spread positive word of mouth, try to come up with a strategy that might work for each one of the customer wants and jot the tool down if you know what it would be. If you don't, then leave it blank and you'll be able to fill it in as we get to it later in the course. Or if you don't want to do it that way, then you could also do it this way. The other way is to think, well, you know what? I would like, let's say that you were really into entertainment. Maybe you've got, a database of jokes or some funny videos or something, okay? But your product line kind of leans that way anyway. Well, then what you could do is say, okay, I'm just going to do entertainment for each one of the goals or things that I could get from mobile marketing. So you could do what would be a strategy that I could use entertainment in order to build my mobile prospect list. Then go down to the next one. How could I use entertainment to reduce customer turnover or to reduce product returns? How could I use entertainment in order to get new customers? How could I use entertainment to increase sales or revenue? And just go through and pick one customer want and then figure out a strategy that would work for it, okay? This is something that if you do it, the more you do it, the more you do it, the quicker you're going to get, the more creative you're going to get, and the better results that you're going to get from your mobile marketing campaigns. Cool stuff. There was a post in Stomper Mobile over the week, and again, I don't remember. Actually, what I should do here, I'll pull it up, is this is the actual Stomper Mobile area, and I'm clicking on forums right here. And someone actually, here it is, show you, let's see where, oh yeah, mobile marketing suggestions, all right. This is by Craig Husking, excuse me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but he's got something very interesting here, and I'm actually going to share it with you because it just ties in so closely with what we're talking about with these 7x7 mobile marketing strategy worksheets. But basically what it is that his company, they've got an event that's coming up this month, and they're going to introduce the potential of mobile marketing to all of the business owners that are in the area where he's at, and he's working with the local area Chamber of Commerce. All right, and they've already got it set up so that they're going to run, I believe they're going to do a contest, a text-to-vote contest using, mobile. And they're going to let the customers and prospects and contestants and traffic that come to these various businesses that are participating, they're going to vote, okay? And can't read and talk at the same time, but they're going to vote on the business that they're in, all right? So that's a really cool thing. It would be great, for a restaurant. If you're going into a restaurant, you could vote if you think, maybe there's 10 restaurants in the competition and people go around and visit a few of the restaurants and they vote on it and one of them wins and all that. That's a really good strategy in order to get customers and businesses and just the whole community doing mobile, all right? And even if you're not working with the Chamber of Commerce, this is something that you could orchestrate with several businesses. I promise you, if you went out and found 10 restaurants and said, hey, we're putting on a mobile marketing contest or survey, and we're going to try to get as many people, to do this, and they will participate as well. It'd be kind of like doing a JV, only you're actually doing it, in your local community, and you're letting the businesses all join in and their database or their traffic and their existing customers, and you're basically using mobile to introduce everybody to these technologies. And lo and behold, you'd probably have 10 customers wanting to have you do all kinds of mobile stuff for them if you put this on. But anyway, that's what Craig's doing, and he's asking. He's asking, hey, I've got this already set up, and people are going to send in a keyword depending on which restaurant that they're in, And so he's got mobile keywords set up for each of the restaurants, and they're going to tally up and see, see who wins. All right, and I think they're judging favorite wings. So he's asking, what am I missing? Is there something else that we could be doing in order to make this mobile experience better for the businesses, better for the customers, and ultimately better for Craig? All right, so that's what he's asking for. Well, guess what? It's almost like he rubbed a little, magic lantern and the genie popped out, because what Craig needs to do is to come over and grab this 7x7 worksheet and just start brainstorming using the worksheet itself as the foundation, as the spark, so to speak, to spawn ideas that he could do with this campaign. So he can use this, and if there's anybody out there that can think of any other great things that Craig could do with this, then please go into the forum and post there any ideas that you have or anything that you could do to assist him. I'm sure he would be appreciative. Okay, I made 2 suggestions already. One of them was that he could use the 2D barcodes and somehow weave that in. I think he already had thought a little bit about that. And also I had recommended that he could use location-based social media in some way, and so I'm sure he's thinking about those things. So that's pretty cool. Okay? So what you want to do is make sure that you're hanging out in the Stomper mobile forum. Now I'm going to click where it says Media. I'm in the Stomper mobile forum area, or portal area, and I've just clicked on Media, the little tab right there. You'll notice that the 7x7 Mobile Marketing Strategy Worksheet is now uploaded and ready for you to download. And as you can see, there's already been 39 downloads. You want to download that, print it out, and that's what you can begin working on. So your assignment for this week in regards to this part of our training is to just dive into the 7x7 worksheet and start coming up with strategies, seeing how the tools work, and keep in mind that you want to make your customer happy. You want to give them what they want. What's the question? What's in it for your customer? What's in it for me, the customer? That's what you're trying to do on this whole thing. Okay. We're going to take questions at the end, so bear with me. I couldn't be more excited about what I'm going to tell you about next, and that's our Stomper Mobile Text Group. Stomper Mobile Text Group. This is being provided to us by Mobilize Us. This is a company that I've known and worked with now for a couple of years, and they do something unique in regards to text messaging, and it can be a strategy. It can be a tool that can be either used for your business, or if you're a consultant, this is something that you could go out and offer to businesses, and it's just really neat. But I'm not going to get into great detail about all the various things that you could do with it tonight, because we're going to cover that next week when we have a whole session where our focus is going to be on text messaging. But what we're going to do with Mobilize Us and the Stomper Mobile Text Group this week is we're going to go ahead and it's already set up, we're going to get you guys into it so you can just use it. So we'll start this week by using the system, and then next week, after you've used it for a week, then we're going to spend some time. I'm going to see if I can get Deborah, who has been working with me on Mobilize Us for a while. I'll see if I can get her on the call, and maybe we can answer some questions and things. So we'll use it this week, and then next week we're going to get into some details and show you various really, really cool things that you can do. Now, this system, I will tell you this, is a different slant on text messaging than the Communicast system, okay? You could actually use both of these, because one doesn't do what the other does, and vice versa. There's a little bit of overlap here and there, but by and large, the focus of the Mobilize Us system is to allow you to create a group, and then that group can either communicate with the leader, or the entire group can communicate back and forth with each other. So it's a little bit like having an online message board where people go and post a message, and everybody can see the message, except this has nothing to do with the web. This is through text messaging. So I'm going to first show you how to get into the group, but as you do it, as is the case with almost everything I do, I don't want you to just fly through and get in the group and think, oh, God, what was it that I did? I didn't even pay attention. I was going so fast. I want you to pay attention and do it carefully so that you can experience what sign-up is like and all of that, because if you decide to use this in a mobile campaign or in your business, or if you recommend it to a business, you're going to want to have the experience of signing up and what it's like, and to go through those steps. So as you go through and do it, think about it and say, oh, that's cool. I understand how it works. Great. I'm going to explain it to you, and the end result tonight or whenever you do this is that you're going to be into a group where we can all text each other. Now, this can get nutty, and I know that, so we're going to lay out the rules in a minute to make sure that everybody is doing it properly, and we're going to do this for a week, maybe 2 weeks, until we have a great experience with it, and then after that, I may turn it off then, or I may turn it into a one-way. We'll have to see how it goes. So why don't, for now, let's look at this as something that we're going to try for a week or two, and the main reason that I'm having you try it, honestly, is so you can experience the system and begin to think about how it could work into a strategy. But we're going to get the benefit in some other ways as well. So first, let's look at how we're going to get signed up. It doesn't cost anything to get signed up, and then we'll talk about some of the rules. Ready? Okay. Mobilize Us. Now, by the way, if you want to go over to their site and take a look at their services, it is at mobilizeus.com, all right, mobilizeus.com. But again, we're going to cover the details of this next week. What you want to do is you want to go to the web address that you see on the screen there, mobilizeus.com/StomperMobile. Now, when you get there, now hang on, you don't necessarily have to do this right as I talk. You certainly can, but hang on a minute. When you go to this web address, the page that you're going to see looks like what you see here at the top. And the only thing you're going to see is it's going to say password, and you can type that in this area, and then it says Join Stomper Mobile Texting Group. Okay? You would be able to set up a texting group for your business, or as a consultant, you could set it up for some business that you're consulting for as well. All right. It doesn't have to have a password, but I've decided to do that so that you can see that this is kind of a cool thing. It can be private, where only people get in there is just the people that have the password. It could also be done without a password. All right. So you would go there. Now, I'm showing you the web sign up right now, but as is the case with everything mobile, there's always a way to do it with just your mobile phone as well. But I'd like you to do it first by going to mobilizeus.com/StomperMobile. Now, when you get there, the password is member, M-E-M-B-E-R. That's the group password. Now, it will then step you through the process. As soon as you put in the password, member, then it's going to ask you for your name and your email address and your mobile phone number and what have you. And when you put all that in, it's going to send you a text message, and you just kind of follow the steps and things as it goes along. But I'm going to show you a few more things here, so don't go too fast on me, because there are other ways you can join, and there's certain communication things that you can do with the group that I'm going to share with you. All right? Now, if for any reason you're not in front of a computer and you want to join the group, then the way you do it through your mobile phone is that you just text the word Stomper Mobile into any one of these 3 phone numbers right here. You could use any one of those 3 phone numbers. Now, you'll notice this isn't a short code. Short code, if you remember, is just an abbreviation of a phone number. But you don't have to have a short code, all right? In this case, they're just phone numbers. So what you're going to do is you would send Stomper Mobile to this phone number. Now, hold on a minute and listen closely. If you send Stomper Mobile to one of those phone numbers, it's going to go, well, wait a minute. You're supposed to put a password in. And so it's going to come back, it's going to say, you got to type the password in. And so you're going to have to type the password in and send it back to them before you can get in. So it would take 2 steps if you did it that way. If you want to do it all in one step, Then what you do is you just text Stomper Mobile, put a space, an exclamation point, and then the password, which is member, and then you send all of that to this number. And in fact, you know what? I left something off. Hold off before you do that, because actually, yeah, it's wrong up here at the top. What you send is down here at the bottom. My apologies. There's a mistake on the screen. What you want to do is you want to first put in the word join. Then you want to put a dash. Then you want to do Stomper Mobile, then a space, then the exclamation point, and then the word member. Now, I know this sounds like a lot, but you only do it one time, and then you're in the group. You don't ever have to do all this stuff again, all right? And if you didn't want to do all of that, then you could do it the way I said in the beginning. You could just text Stomper Mobile, nothing else, into one of these numbers, and then it would send you a thing back in and say, okay, send in your password, and you'd have to, go through and do it that way. So what I recommend, if you're going to do it by mobile phone, is just go ahead and do it like it is at the bottom of the screen here. Join-Stomper Mobile, space, exclamation point, and then member. That will opt you in. Now, the system is going to then say, okay, you're cool, you're in. But what's your name? All right, it's going to do that via mobile. It's going to shoot back a text message. It's going to say, type in your name, and it'll give you instructions as to how you should do it. And do it exactly like you see it on the screen. If you see a space, you put a space. If you see a dash, you put a dash. If it asks you for your name, then you just write your name, okay? And if your name happens to be 23 miles long, you might want to consider shortening it, because remember, we're doing text messaging, and your name is going to consume up some space, okay? So there's nothing wrong with using, maybe your first name and last initial, or if you want to do some stuff like that. But if your name's short, like mine's Dan Hollings, as you know, and I'm using my whole name, but put your name in there, at least to the extent so that we can recognize who you are. That's the way you would do it. Now, if you happen to be international, in other words, you're not in the United States, then you can join the group, but you're going to have to do it through Google Voice, because this text messaging system isn't set up to do the group international, all right? Now, the way you'll do that is you need to have a Google Voice account. Now, you can get Google Voice just by going to google.com/voice, google.com/voice. And when you get there, you probably won't be able to get in. If you look at the bottom of the page, it'll say, click here, and we'll send you an invite. And you should get an invite within a few days. If you don't, then you can scout around and find them. And in fact, what I would recommend is this. Everybody, in fact, let's actually, I'll go over and take a look at that, and we'll come back to this. Let's actually go to Google Voice. Okay, so google.com/voice. Okay. Now, I logged straight in because I was already in, and you can see it works very much like an email. It does allow you to have voice messages and all that kind of stuff. But right here in the upper left-hand corner, it says SMS, and if you click that, it opens up a little box, and you can put in the phone number of the group right there, and then you can put in the join-Stomper Mobile, the space, the exclamation, and then the word member. You can put that all right in, and then you can just hit send, and you're going to be perfectly okay. By the way, if you're international outside the U.S., you need to do it this way. However, if you are in the U.S. and you want to experience this through a web-based system and maybe not have the text coming into your phone, that's okay, especially if you're on a text messaging plan where they're charging you, 15 cents for every single one of them. First, you need to get on a plan that's unlimited or at least affordable, because doing text messaging and marketing, if you're going to be there, you need to be able to send text messages. But if you're in that situation right now, then you might want to go over and do this on Google Voice. So either way, it does work, and you can get signed up. So that's what it is. But I also want to highlight this. You'll notice that right here it says invite a friend. Every person that gets a Google Voice account can invite 2 friends. And what I would like to ask is that if there's anybody that has an account and you've got some invites in here, if you could share these invites in the Stomper mobile portal area so that we could get, especially to international participants, rather than having to wait a week before you get the Google invite and all of that, there may be enough invites available just from this. They give you 3. I've got 2, and I'll happily share those in the portal this week. But if anybody else has any, let's see if we can share that and get as many of, especially international people, on the Google Voice system as we can, all right? So that's that. Let's go back to the page, because now what I want to look at is how you would send messages. The way you're going to send a message is you're going to text, as you see in red here, Stomper Mobile, put a dash, and then your message. There's no spaces here. It's just Stomper Mobile, a dash, and then your message. By the way, Stomper Mobile does not have to be all capitals. Okay. Now, when you do this, it's going to send a message to the entire group. So that's why we've got some rules that are coming up in just a moment. What can you send? 145 characters minus the number of letters that are in your name. You see, that's why I was saying earlier that if you got a really, really long name, you might want to use something shorter where we can still recognize you. Okay. Now, if you opt in via the web, you're going to be able to type your name in and have your email and the whole bit. Okay. But one way or the other, that's what you need to think about when you send your messages. 145 characters minus the number of letters in your name, and that will tell you how long your message can be. Okay? If your name was 40 characters long, then you could send messages that were 105 characters. If you're doing this through Google Voice, then you're going to do 145 characters minus 15, which will equal 130. I think my math is going to be right here. But what they do is when you send the message, they add the words Google Voice in those brackets and a space, so it's 15 characters. So I think you'll have 130 left over. We'll learn as we go along here. I haven't played with it a lot through Google Voice. So that's the way you would send a message once you're a member to the group. Now, don't send any messages, especially not right now until we get to the rules. If you want to send a message and have it only come to me, first of all, you wait until after midnight when I'm asleep. Nope, just kidding. If you want to do this, you just send the keyword Stomper Mobile dash admin dash and then put your message. And again, you'll notice Stomper Mobile doesn't have to be all capitals. You put your dash, there are no spaces there. Put the word admin, another dash, and then you would type your message. And then that message will come to me. And remember, your name is hooked to your message, so I and whoever else reads this, if you're doing out to the entire group or if you're doing just to me, we will know who the message is coming from. So that's why we've got some nice little rules here that are going to be really important. Here's what I'd like to do with the system. If we do it right, it's going to be interesting for everyone. And again, we're not going to do this forever. We're going to do it for maybe a week or two, and then we'll change the thing. What I want you to do is I want you to announce your mobile website, including a link into the group. Okay? Now, I don't want you to do it as soon as you get off the call tonight. Okay? Because it's late. Okay? It's late. And so, don't do it. But tomorrow, do it. Okay? The other reason I don't want you to do it as soon as we get off the call tonight is because we will have 100, 200, 300, 400, I don't know how many people all do it right after the call, and I guarantee you, nobody wants to get 400, 500 text messages tonight, right after the call. I promise you. So what you want to do is don't rush to do this just tomorrow. It can be in the morning or in the afternoon or the next day or whatever. Let's try to just space it out as best we can. Let's share our mobile websites. Now, the reason this is going to be good, I think, is because, number one, you're going to get to experience this system. Number two, it's going to generate a little traffic for you because people are going to head over to your site. All right. Number three is when people come to your site, they're going to be looking at it not only for the product that you might be, selling or representing, but they're going to be looking at it, and maybe they will share some ideas with you. Now, if you go to somebody's site and you'd like to share something with them, don't share it with them back through this mobilized group. Go to the contact form on their mobile website and share something with them there. That's the way you do it, because the only person that wants to hear the comment or the suggestion, or hey, this is a cool site, whatever it is the owner of the site, and so you can do it that way. But I think it's going to let everybody see what everybody else is doing, and because it's coming in through text messaging, you'd be able to click the link and go to the mobile site and see it in your device right then and there, rather than sharing it in the forum where now you got to take it and you got to go and type it in on your mobile phone. It's just more of a pain in the neck to do it that way. This will let us get all of these links out, and I think it'll be exciting. So that's what we're going to do. So if you like someone else's site, make sure that you contact them on their mobile site through their Contact Us page, if they have one. If there's something you want to share with everybody about the site or something, then go into the Stomper Mobile forum and portal area and do it there. Do not send out short comments that say, cool, great, LOL, laughing out loud, I agree, thanks, because nobody wants to shoot out their website. You look at it, and then 300 people send back and say things like, great site, cool, I agree, thanks. I mean, that's nutty. So don't do that. The next thing is that if you do have a really important question that you think is relevant to the entire group, you could send it through the system. But I want you to think long and hard before you do it, because the Stomper portal is really better for that. But if you really think you've got something that you just really think it's a question that everybody needs to know and it's really short, you can certainly do that. But here's what I don't want you to do. If you know the answer to the question, you could end up getting 300 or 400 answers back, so that too could be bad, all right? So if any questions, come in, all right, everybody just read the question. Let me answer it. Okay, so nobody's answering any questions through the text messaging. I will answer the question through the text messaging, so I'll be the only person to answer questions, okay? If you'd like to get other people's opinion, that's why the Stomper portal is better. All right. If you want to share some type of idea or something you think is relevant, that too is okay, but think long and hard about it. The Stomper portal is better, okay? You can share a link to any mobile site, mobile resource, a mobile app, or anything else if you really think it's genuinely interesting, if it's something that would really benefit the group. And this isn't an opportunity to go promote your stuff. The opportunity to promote your stuff was in the first step. Share your mobile website. That's perfectly okay, and that's really what I think most people should do. The other stuff I'm telling you can do, I'd like you to think about it and preferably do it in the Stomper portal. But the reason I'm mentioning it is so that you can see how valuable that this could be for a group. Now, because we have hundreds and hundreds of people that are in the Stomper Mobile training program, it can get a little crazy. The system does allow you to have subgroups, and it could be broken into, subsets, and you can do things like that. We'll go into that next week. But if you're dealing with a small business, maybe that has 12 employees, they could put their entire staff on this little group system and use it as an internal communication for their staff, especially if you have, external salespeople. You could use it for that. Or maybe you just need it for staffing reasons. Joe got sick this morning. Is there anybody that could take his place? You could shoot it out to the group, and then everybody that works with that company would know. And as long as it's a small group within a company like that, this can be extremely effective. I'm just warning you, don't freak out if it gets a little overloaded because we've got so many members installed for mobile. But I'm going to trust you guys to use this with prudence. The next one is limit the texting to a max of 1 or 2 a day. And quite honestly, that's too much. All right? But I had to put some kind of a limit in there. Okay. If you notice a high volume of text, just resist adding to the volume. Remember that your name is added to the text, so if you want to build a good reputation, don't text too much. And remember that your messages cannot exceed 100, actually I should say 145 characters, and actually that's not even right because you have to subtract out the number of characters in your name. Okay? The bottom line is just text if you think it's extremely good, really interesting, really helpful, really important, and all of that. Other than that, let's try to just leave it to sharing of our mobile sites. And just send it once. You don't need to send your mobile site every day. That's ridiculous. If you think that what you're about to send is inappropriate, then it probably is. So just don't send it. Go over to the portal and you can post it there. Okay? And if anybody is abusing this, you can report it to the email address there. But guess what? I'm probably going to notice because I'm in this group too. Okay. Enough on that. You guys can sign up for that in using the web. I'd recommend that you do the web version. It's kind of just the quickest and the easiest. But if you don't have a computer in front of you, just go ahead and do it through mobile. It's not that hard to do that. And then if you're international, then do it through Google Voice. Okay. Now, last week we started talking about mobile traffic. And I had you do a few things in preparation, and we're going to move further down that road now. And in addition, I'm going to try to get through some more mobile traffic strategies. I've got 28 that are ready for you. And again, if I don't get through the whole list tonight, then we'll just carry it over to the next week. The first one had to do with creating what I call mobile magnet snippets. In other words, what is it about your site or your product or whatever it is that you've got on your mobile web page that would attract somebody? What's the magnet? All right? So if you word out 3 little snippets, they're really basically tweets. If you word out 3 of these and you use the guidelines that I have here, then you're going to end up with 3 really good mobile magnet snippets. Okay. Now, last week I said you should start working on these 3, and I had quite a few people send them to me, and quite honestly, every one that I saw was done well. So I'm glad to see that you picked up on it. What we're trying to do here, if I can explain the larger picture, is we're going to create what I call a tweet set. A tweet set. And a tweet set is a series or a collection of tweets all related to a particular topic. In this case, the topic is mobile websites. And depending on how many people send these snippets in, we're getting 3 from every person, we can end up with hundreds of these, but they will all go into a big tweet set, and then these will be run and syndicated into Twitter, which should create a nice, healthy amount of traffic. And in order to participate, you have to agree that you're going to provide the 3 tweets that will drive traffic to your site, and then you have to also agree that you're going to allow us to run the tweet set in your Twitter account. If you don't have a Twitter account, you should set one up. If you do have one, then no big deal, okay? And I'm going to show you where to do that in just a minute. Last week I said you should try to write 3 of these snippets at about 120 characters. Well, this week I want you to kind of refine them just a little bit because I want you to actually include a link, and the link is going to be to your mobile site. If the link is already short enough, that's fine. If not, then you'll want to go to a URL shortener and shorten your mobile link even shorter. But here's the bottom line. The whole thing can't be more than 130 characters. Now, I know Twitter allows 140, but we may put a little title or something to the beginning of each of these so that they look like they're a set, to let people know that this is a mobile thing. And I think that we'll get some real high interest in traffic because of the fact that even though most people don't do this, when a person is on Twitter, I think more people are on Twitter on their mobile devices than they are on their computers. And when people share links on Twitter, if a person's looking at it on their mobile device and they click the tweet in order to go to the link, if it takes them to a PC page, it's often difficult, if not impossible, for that Twitter user to even, enjoy or see what it is that's being offered. But since we all have mobile sites, we can now do Twitter and tweets the right way. And that means we can have links that go to mobile pages because they're on their mobile phone. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to write one thing that you could offer a mobile visitor. And again, you can look through that list of mobile magnets that I had in last week's session, and I also actually showed it in today's session as well. If you got something free, a discount, a sample, a download, a tip, or anything, just get creative. Something that you could offer the visitor and include your link with it, and it all fits into 130 characters, then bingo, you're set. What will your mobile site or page be about? Who is it for? What's the topic? Just state that and put the link. You don't have to say anything in these tweets like, hey, go check it out, or, this is the greatest thing and all that. No hype. It's just, my site is about, fitness or exercise, or you can, say, well, a wonderful site or helpful site about this or that or whatever. You really lay it low because hyping and promoting and pitching and all that just doesn't work well in Twitter. This is more like, hey, here's a resource for fitness, and it's on mobile. That's probably the best thing that you can do. Here's some tips. Here's some resources. Here's some helps. Here's something funny. Here's a little video. Here's a whatever, okay, on this topic. The next one is, why would anyone want to visit your mobile site or page? I mean, what's the benefit? What's so interesting about this? Now, you don't have to use the same link in every one of them. You've got 3 websites now, okay? And your website, your primary mobile website, might have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 pages, and you can certainly link to an inner page. So go ahead and put in whatever you would like as the link, and you could send it all to the same site, or you could send it to 3 different. It doesn't matter. But you will have 3 tweets in order to do it. Now, the way you submit these to me is you will go to the web address that you see at the bottom of the screen, ez.com/snip, S-N-I-P, ez.com/snip. So let's actually go there. Here we are. All right. Now, I own the Twitter Twindication service, and what it does is it syndicates tweets out to hundreds of thousands of people. Basically, it is a system that provides high-quality sets of tweets to help fill in the gap when you're not tweeting personally. As you know, in Twitter, you should always do as much interaction and social, human, engagement with other people as you can, but you can't sit there and just tweet, 24 hours a day. So what Twitter Twindication does is it provides high-quality content in categorical sets of tweets that you can have automated into your account to help enhance what you're already doing. That's what that is. We're using kind of a variation of it. We're creating a tweet set which I can syndicate, and we will syndicate amongst us together. So all of the things you need to know in order to do this are stated here on the page. And basically, we're just doing a collaborative effort to help promote all of our sites. Okay. Now, here's what's cool. Because this gets published, think about it. It gets published in my Twitter account. I've got like 20, 25,000 followers, okay? We'll do it in Brad Fallon's Twitter account, okay? We'll do it in as many accounts as we can, okay? And I also have a syndicated network of people that do tweets, okay? But that aside, we have all of you guys who are in the Stomper Mobile program, and you're going to run it, but when you tweet, it gets retweeted as well. And people see it that aren't even following you. So there is a lot of exposure here, and so that's why I'm saying there's a good motivation to do this. If you're thinking, well, wait, Dan, I don't know if I want to be publishing tweets that are pushing some of my Twitter traffic over to other people's mobile sites, it's like, well, hey, come on. I mean, what is social media about? It's sharing cool, interesting stuff. You're in probably the coolest, most interesting, mobile marketing training program that's on the market right now, and you've got a bunch of other smart people that are in the program with you, and they're all trying to learn and do what you're doing, and we're hoping to share ideas and really get good at this stuff so that we can all make money. What's the big deal if you do a tweet for a fellow, Stomper mobile member? It's no big deal. It's not like you're driving traffic off of your website or something. We're talking about Twitter here. It will also make your Twitter account really, really interesting. And guess what? You will start getting a lot of followers that are interested in mobile marketing. Why? Because most people that follow you on Twitter, they follow you based on keywords. Whether they're using an automated follower or whether they're just doing some searches at search.twitter.com, they want to follow people that are talking about topics that they're interested in, all right? So let's say somebody's kind of interested in mobile marketing. Maybe they're wanting to learn about it, or maybe they're wanting to find somebody to help them with it, or maybe they're looking for tools or whatever. These people go out and they find people they can follow that are talking about mobile. So you're going to start to get more followers that have mobile in their mind because you're going to be doing these tweets that every single tweet is going to be basically talking about something mobile. In fact, every link is going to be a mobile link to a mobile website. It will open up your Twitter to a targeted audience, much stronger in the mobile area than probably what it is right now. The more you tweet about any single topic, the more of that type of follower you will get. Okay, so there is benefits there as well, especially if you're going to later be selling, something mobile, or if you're going to be teaching something mobile, or being a consultant yourself. All right, it's a great way to get followers, and it will get traffic. So all that aside, that's the way it works. And at any time that you decide you want to stop running it, then no big deal. You'll be able to drop us a line. I do have a customer support ticket system myself, and you will be able to drop us a line, and we'll take care of you. We are going to run one tweet a day. That's it. One tweet a day. So if you agree to do this, you're going to give us 3 tweets, and we're going to run one tweet a day. They are randomly published, so that means that, who knows, there's just going to be a different tweet pulling from the set of 100 different, more than that, websites, and they'll just be running randomly amongst all of these accounts all at the same time. Okay, it's exciting. Now, here's what you need to do. You're going to need to put in your full name, your primary email address, your Twitter username, your Twitter password, put in your phone number. The only reason we have your phone number is in case there's something funky about what you submit. Maybe your password, you typed it in wrong, or maybe we checked your link and the link didn't work and what have you. There would be a small chance we might call you. Most likely we're going to send you an email, all right? But we're wanting to get these up fast, so that's why we wanted to put the phone number in there. You need to tell me if I have the rights or not the rights in order to publish this stuff within your account, so you'll want to make sure that's checked. And then you're going to enter in mobile snippet number 1, mobile snippet number 2, mobile snippet number 3, so that you've got your 3 tweets there. If you need to if you got a question or anything, you can put it in at the bottom. If you need to shorten your links, there are 3 link shorteners here. IsGood is there, easy.com, and Bitly's there. You can use any one you want. It doesn't matter to me. But you want to find one that's really short. Easy.com has become one of my favorite. It's actually owned by BudURL, and they were always my favorite URL shortener. But this URL is even shorter than BudURL, Easy. And I like it a lot. So you can use any one you want, and then you're all set. I will tell you this. If you can manage to shorten the text of your tweet enough so that you really have your Mobi link, that would be even better, because I think it'd be really cool to have, www.yourdomain.mobi, so that people are actually seeing from the link itself that this is a mobile link, so they know when they click it that they're going to a mobile site. That would be the coolest. But if you can't do that, then no big deal. Go ahead and use ez.com or one of the other shorteners and do it that way. That will also give you some statistics as well from the redirect as to how much traffic is coming from that way. Okay, pretty exciting stuff. Now let's go back. The next thing that we're going to talk about is going to help you in two ways. I have set up two blogs. As I mentioned in the last session, I really like Posterous, Posterous.com, as a blogging platform. Okay, it's not like WordPress or anything. WordPress I just absolutely love as well. But Posterous makes simple simple. I mean, it just doesn't get any easier. And I would really encourage you to head over to Posterous, and when you get there, take a look at their FAQ. It's only one page long, and you'll just be blown away. Cool stuff. And it's a quick, fast way to do blogging, which can be integrated, and you actually can even do it through your mobile phone if you would like. I will tell you this, they have not yet optimized Posterous to display well on mobile phones, but I bet they're going to get there fast, because I've noticed that they've started adding some mobile stuff. They now have a mobile app out, and so I bet it's not going to be very long, because these guys are cool, and they do some really cool stuff. Whereas with WordPress, there are some really nice plugins and things that will allow you to turn your WordPress blog into a mobile blog if somebody hits the URL on their mobile phone. We'll be talking about that stuff later. But anyway, here's what I've thought up that we can do. A lot of people have information about mobile stuff that's just great. And I do encourage you to share it inside Stomper Mobile. And if it's something that you just really want to keep to the group, then yes, do it there. But what I'd like to do is to have everybody in Stomper Mobile start sharing good mobile stuff through a single Posterous blog. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. All you have to do is send an email. That's all there is to it. All right? And what we will do with this in time, we'll get to it toward the end of the class, is you'll see that this will also become a traffic generator. Think about it, guys. If we're all contributing really great mobile stuff to this blog, and every time you contribute, you can include a link to your mobile site, then you're going to get traffic as more and more people start seeing this as a resource to get really good mobile stuff. You're going to have a lot of smart people that are in this class all contributing. But I want you to really have a high level of filter. The higher quality we can keep this, the better it's going to be for everyone. So if you stumble upon an interesting, thing in Google News, or if you find a great article, or if you write an article yourself, or you've got, you take a picture of you out in the street doing a mobile marketing campaign. In fact, if you have an iPhone or an Android, I'll show you in just a moment, Posterous actually has a cool little application that you can run on Android or your iPhone that will instantly blog into the system as well, so you could do it that way. Anything that you think would be helpful for everybody else that's a member, we'll put it here. So this is a place for good stuff. It comes to me first. I'm going to look at it before it goes live. So you send junk, it's going to go in my trash. You send some good stuff, I'm going to make it live as quick as I can. And here's the rule. If you're linking to other stuff that you just stumble upon and whatever, great. You include the links and everything. And at the end of each post, if you'd like to include a link to your mobile site, then do that. If you want to do it in a fashion where it's an actual hyperlink with keywords in there, you can do that as well. And so each time you do a post, you'll have a link over to something. So there's two reasons that this will help you. Three reasons, in fact. As you're looking for neat stuff to help educate you out there in the wild blue yonder, okay, and you find it, you're actually learning mobile marketing in that phase, and then you're going and you're posting it over here. As you read the stuff that other people post, that too increases your benefit from the program. And because you get some traffic from this, that's another motivation in order to do it. So I think that in short order, we could have just probably one of the best mobile marketing resources and strategies and stuff here that you could imagine. Now, keep in mind that this is not in lieu of Stomper Mobile, the portal. That's the place where it's the inner sanctum, the inner circle, where we can get down and ask questions back and forth and discuss strategies and maybe something that's just really too cool to share with anybody, like, for example, the 7x7 worksheet. Don't go out sharing that with anybody, okay? The couple of $1,000s that you may have spent on this course, it's worth every penny of that just to have those 7 pages. That's how much time and effort and how valuable that document is if you got nothing else, okay? So that's something we want to keep inside Stomper Mobile, all right? But as you find other stuff that's just out there on the web, let's share it and put it here. And by the way, if you take anything from some other site, we have to credit where we got it from, okay? No big deal. That's fine. If you find something, then let's make sure we credit where it came from and what have you. But don't try to get any, hype and, promotion and stuff. If you've got something you think would benefit everybody and you want to share it with me, let me know. If I think it's good, I'll be glad to let it go up there. Okay, that's blog number 1. It's called Mobile Marketing Resources, Strategies, and Good Mobile Stuff. All right, the second blog is Mobile Marketing Reviews and Case Studies. Here is where you can submit, as we talked about last week, if you would like to write a testimonial or share anything about your experience with Stomper Mobile, then this would be a place to do it. So this is just going to be reviews and case studies. Let's say that you went out there and tried something. For example, Craig, who's doing the thing with the Chamber of Commerce and the contest and the text to vote and all of that. It'd be great if he could put together a little article or case study after this is all done and share that here on this blog. Okay, this one will be just reviews and case studies. Okay. And again, if you want to do a review, there was an email that was sent out before this class. And I apologize that it got out just a little late. You probably didn't have enough time to really go through there and actually do anything other than skim it. But I'd recommend you go back, maybe read through it. I tried to summarize everything that we were going to cover tonight so that you'd have it all mapped out and be easy to follow. But one of the things that I did include is that if you will do a testimonial for Stomper Mobile, I laid out a format so that you'll get the most out of it, we'll get the most out of it. And listen, if you don't think the course has been, worth your time, fine, let me know. If you do, I appreciate it. I have received so many wonderful testimonials and reviews already, but I don't have it organized in any way. So by sending them into the Posterous Mobile Marketing Reviews and Case Studies blog, they'll all be organized. And then what we'll do is we'll take these case studies and these reviews, and we're going to be putting them in some other places as well. So yes, I really appreciate the testimonials, but also it is really good for you guys to help generate traffic because every one of these will have a link and perhaps an SEO link with keywords, and they'll be in more places than just this blog. All right? So that's a fun thing. Here's how you do it. So simple. How to post. If you want to send in a review or a case study, then you just open up your email, type in post@mobilemarketingreviews.posterous.com. I know that's a little long, okay, but I did it for some keyword reasons. So you just send an email. Whatever you put in the subject line is going to be the heading of the post. So make sure that your heading is really good. Keywords, the whole bit. You guys know this stuff, okay? That's what goes up in the headline. And then you do your, in the email body, you just type, okay? If you want to do some HTML stuff in your email, bold and all that, you can do that. If you want to do links, you can do links, okay? Whatever you want to do, you just do it right there in your email, all right? If you want to have a picture, you just drag the picture or attach the picture to the email. Or let's say you took 10 pictures. You just attach the 10 pictures or drag those 10 pictures into your email. If you want to have a video show up, you just take the YouTube URL Just go to wherever the video is on YouTube, grab the URL, and just include the URL in the email. And when you send it in, Posterous just magically, in about a minute, turns it into a beautiful, beautiful blog post. So if you were to send in 10 photos, it'll make a slideshow. Takes about a minute. Okay. If you send in the URL to a YouTube video, it'll display that perfect player right there along with your post. Wherever you have the URL or wherever the pictures are in your email is where they're going to show up in the post. And you can have text, you can have links and whatever, but you just basically send an email. So reviews go to the top email address. If you want to send in an article or a resource or a strategy or an idea or anything like that, you'd send that to post@mobile-marketing-resources.posterous.com. Okay. Now, strategies. I can already tell I'm not going to get through too many more of these mobile marketing strategies, but I do want to do this. I want to cover the one that I was just ending on in the last session, which had to do with Google, and then we'll open it up for some questions. Okay. Here's the one with Google. I told you that you should go to your Google account. Let's go there. When you get to Google, you need to make sure you're signed in, and you want to go to your account settings. And then you want to go down to your local business center. All right. If you don't already have a Business Center account set up, then what you want to do is just do a search for in Google for local Google Business Center, something like that. It'll take you straight to it. And you want to get a local business account set up. Even if you don't have a local business, I don't have a local business, and you want to go ahead and get that set up, okay? Now, once you get that set up, here's some things that you can do. In the upper right-hand corner, right here, if you do a post, it allows you to have something toward the top of your business page. Like I recently put this one here. Actually, I did it today. What you could do is you could type in something like mobile site. If you'd like blah, 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 check out my mobile site, and then put, HTTP, put the whole web address there, and it will show up at the top. Let me show you what it looks like. If you'll notice right here, see it right here? Whatever you put in that upper corner is going to appear right there. So it is the perfect place to put your mobile link, because Google doesn't really give you another good place for your mobile link. Now, unfortunately, this only stays there for a month, so that means that you're going to have to redo it every month. All right? It's a great place to put that. All right. Now, by the way, when you're over here, if you go to mine, if you click here, you can actually leave a review if you'd like. That'd be fine. Now, let's go back. The next thing that you do is you're able to build a description of your business. I'm clicking Edit right over here. And you get to the part where you're able to fill in all of your basic information, this area over here. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time, okay? This is really has a lot to do with local marketing, but there's a few things that you can do that will help you with your mobile. All right. The first thing is wherever it tells you to put in the name of your company, don't put in just the name of your company, especially if your company has just some generic kind of a name that doesn't have much keyword value. What you want to do is put in the name of your company, and then after that, put in some other stuff. In fact, I don't remember at this point, but figure out how many spaces are available here, and just put in as many as you possibly can. You can see mine. It actually shows right over here. Okay? Web Services LLC is my business name. I wanted to make sure my name was in there, Dan Hollings, because more people search for me by name than by Web Services. I wanted to make sure that it had Internet Consultant and Mobile Marketing Consultant in there as keywords. So the name of your business becomes a combination of keywords and the name of your business. You want to make sure you do that. Okay? The next thing is make sure that you update your description down here. If you're now doing mobile stuff and you want and you want people to know, you can add that into the description area. But the other thing is when it says categories of things that you do, your services, start adding certain services in here that have to do with mobile. All right. I do mobile marketing, but you may have like a mobile contest or whatever you want. Just get the word mobile and stuff going in your account. The next thing to do is down at the bottom. Okay. You can actually put in links to things. They don't actually hyperlink, but like, do we have parking available? Do we have what's our pricing? Different things like that. Well, you can add whatever you want there. I added mobile site and went ahead and put my link right here as well, so you can do that. You can put quite a few of these. Okay, that's all important. Make sure your service area is indicated. That's really important. And let's go back here. When you first log into your system, you'll notice that right up here it says coupons. Here's where we get really mobile. Click on that tab that says coupons, and it will allow you to add or create a coupon. All right, I already have one up. You can one from scratch, but I already have one up. When I click edit, you'll see that it comes up, and guess what? This is what it looks like on the web. They have a special version for mobile phones, and then here's another version down here for mobile phones as well, and the way it looks on your Google Map listing. But this one right here, if you want to do mobile coupons, you can do them right now on Google, and then it generates a link for you. Once you create this thing, you actually get a link, to this coupon, an actual link to the coupon, and then you can take that link and put it in your mobile website so that you can send people from your mobile website over to your Google mobile coupon. Isn't that cool? Really, really cool. So that's what you want to do for that. Now, so that we have time for questions, I really feel bad that I wasn't able to get through all these traffic things, but I know you guys have plenty of stuff to do. I want to open it up, and we're going to see what kind of questions that we have. Let me get back over here just real quick. Yeah. Just one thing before I do the questions, the backdoor pass. As I announced last week, the backdoor pass, as I announced, you guys, starting this week, are the only people that can sell backdoor passes to Stomper Mobile. If somebody wanted to join tomorrow and learn all of the stuff that I'm teaching you, they could do that, and they can get it from you guys at the lowest price that's out there in the market, okay? And again, my memory for numbers is not great, so don't hang me, but I think it's about $1,797, something like that. The discounted price is the backdoor pass. You guys were sent an affiliate URL by email either today or yesterday, and that is the link that you can use to promote this. You could even build a dedicated mobile website all about this and drive traffic to that and let that just be part of the way you're beginning to experience and learn mobile. We will continue to sell Stomper Mobile. The doors are still open, but StomperNet itself and anybody who is not a part of Stomper Mobile hasn't paid to be a part of this thing. They have to sell it for the full price, which I think is almost $2,000. Okay, so you're basically selling this for a couple $100 less. So that gives you the opportunity during the 12 weeks that we're together to have a special opportunity to be able to make a little extra money and hopefully to at least bring back your investment in this course. So that's it. If you've got any questions about the backdoor pass, look for it in your email or go over to the Stomper Mobile forum, and you'll be good there. Okay, let's go to the questions. Okay. Okay, the first question that I have here is that I'm having trouble uploading my website. I've tried FTPing and downloading and uploading to my server. Is there a trick here? I have to tell you that I'd have to literally be looking over your shoulder in order to really see what you're doing right or wrong, and so that's a little difficult to answer. What I would recommend that you do is if you can post some specifics, what errors are you getting, what are you doing, what's happening, if you can post that into the forum, at Stomper Mobile, then perhaps I could help you. The other area where you might even get faster help is to go to the forum that Moby Site Galore has, and they're very active over there. And if you were to, and they're very familiar with the system, they would be able to perhaps help you, with that. So unfortunately, I don't think I can give you a really, really good answer for that. But I hope everybody on the phone knows that you can build your site with Moby Site Galore, and you can download it to your desktop, and then you can upload it through FTP any place you want. The other way you can do it is you can go straight from their website and just enter in your FTP login and password, and it will upload it straight from Moby Site Galore straight to your FTP. I actually tried that and couldn't get it to work, so heck with that. I just downloaded it in a zip file, and then I uploaded it using my FTP client. Okay. Okay. How do you make the telephone number click to call on Moby Site Galore? Okay. Let's take a look at that. By the way, all right, if you go over to, sorry to sidetrack here a little bit, if you go to posterous.com/mobile, posterous.com/mobile, that will take you to the place where you can see how they've got a little application that allows you to do photos and postings from your iPhone, and they also have one that will allow you to do postings and photos from your Android phone as well. But if we go to Moby Site Galore, okay, and I log in. And if I go to a site, here's one that I kind of just started a little bit. And the question is how do I do click to call? The first thing you're going to do is go up here where it says Add Goodies, and you click that. Then right here in the upper left-hand corner, it says Click to Call. You click that. Up at the top where it says Click to Call, those are the words that are going to be clickable. So you could just leave it Click to Call, and you could put your phone number here, okay, like that. Actually, you're not supposed to have the dashes in there, so let's say that's my phone number. It could be Click to Call, and then if I added that, then the words Click to Call would be clickable, and when somebody clicked it, it would call my phone number. But I could actually, I kind of like it this way too. You can actually just put your phone number up there, and then you want to format it so that it looks good. And then if you do it that way, the phone number will be hyperlinked and clickable. Okay, so as soon as you're ready with that, then you just hit OK. And it basically says click on the name of the page where you want to insert it. Let's say I want to put it on the home page. And then it says click where we want it to appear. I actually had already done this, but I would click right here, and wherever I click, then it's going to insert the number. Since it's already done it, I'm set. So there it is. I did it again. Okay. I need to get rid of one of them. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So you can see in my case, I hyperlinked the actual phone number, but I could have hyperlinked a word. It should have said click to call. Could have been that. Or you could even do click to call and include the phone number all in one big thing. It's just like a hyperlink. So hopefully that'll help. Okay. Somebody wants to know where the Wafidi screen is. Okay, so where that is right here, WIFFITI.com. And once you get there, you can just sign up by clicking over here. It's free. Once you have an account, it's really cool. You can actually include pictures, the whole bit. You can embed it into your website. You can put it on a flat screen TV. Once you have an account, you can just log in. Once you're logged in, up here you'll have your screens. So I've got a screen. that I can go to. Here it is for Stomper Mobile. And there's my screen. And what's neat is here is the embed code if I wanted to put it into my site right here. If I wanted to have a full screen, I could just use this link right here, and that's pretty much it. If I wanted to post into the screen from my admin area, I can do that as well. Otherwise, you would text into it, and you can also set it up to pull in comments from Twitter as well. So that's that. The other part of the question is Slydial. That you just go to Slydial, S-L-Y-D-I-A-L, Slydial.com. Oops. There it is, S-L-Y-D-I-A-L. You actually don't even have to go to the website. They do have a nice little iPhone app that makes it somewhat easier. All you really have to do is just dial the phone number. That's all you got to do. You just call 267-759-3425. Then you'll be able to follow the prompts and do it. This is totally free. They'll make you listen to a little short ad, and then your call goes. The recipient of the message does know the phone number that you're calling from. Okay? It's not blocked in any way. So that goes through, but they won't pick up the phone. It will just allow you to leave a voicemail. It only works on mobile phones, mobile voicemail. You can make your call from a landline, but the recipient has to be on a mobile phone. That's pretty much it. Okay. How do you build a mobile website that sells thousands of products? You know, we're going to cover that in a later session. That'll get us a little off here today, or you could post it in the forum. Okay, people are already asking me for pricing models. Again, your question's a little vague. If it's just for setting up a website, I mean, the sky's the limit. You know, whatever you think they can afford. I think your best bet, if you're going to do this as a consultant, is to offer packages. You know, where I'll take care, I'll set up your mobile site, your landing page. We can do a transition page for you. You know, I'll help you get it onto your business cards. We'll do some signs. I'll do some stickers. We'll get you going with your location-based social media. We'll put a sign up for that so people know that they should, you know, start checking in when they come to the business. Maybe we'll get a proximity unit here so that we can pass the media to their mobile phones when they come in the place. You know, maybe we can use some 2D barcodes. I mean, just all this stuff, and then plus you're going to get SEO benefits and local search rankings, and you know, there's just so much you can do. None of it really has any standardized, you know, market price on it. So you're able to just, you know, kind of pluck from the air. Whatever you think you can get is what you should ask for. Don't gouge, but you know, do a healthy, you know, price that makes it worth your while, and something that you know is going to allow you to, you know, turn some business for that particular business owner. Okay, let's see here. Okay, some of these questions. Okay, that's good. Oh, I love this one. Please help. All right, I'm here. I'm trying to help, but I have no idea what you want me to help you with. If you can post what it is that you want in the forum, I can help. Okay, it says my sound quality is very bad. I sound like a Smurf. Wow, I hope that's not the case for everyone else. This is for somebody in the UK. Okay. There's a question about Google Voice and international people. I know a lot of international folks that have it. I don't know exactly, you know, the ins and outs of that. So there is some way that people internationally can get and have that. If anybody knows more details, you can share it in the forum. The worksheets are in the portal. That's correct. Under the media area, go into the portal, and you'll see tabs there, and one of them says media. I've also highlighted it. I think it's actually right at the very top of the page, so it's hard to miss. What does LBMS stand for? Location-based social media. You actually have it backwards. It's LBSM. L for location, B for based, S for social, M for media. Location-based social media. Okay. Somebody wanted to know the relative strength or of different tools. I think I probably covered that pretty well. Let me. Okay, remember, if you're logging into StomperNet, you've got to get to the actual Stomper mobile. That's what you need. There should have been a link sent to you to take you to that. So if you go to StomperNet, I'm doing that right now. You'll notice that when you're in, if you're a member, right here is a tab for Stomper Mobile. See it? It's in the upper right-hand corner. So you're going to click that. That then takes you into the portal. Now I'm in the portal. You'll notice that the 7x7 Mobile Marketing Strategy Worksheet is highlighted right at the top. It's also under the Media tab right here. Okay? So you've got to find the Stomper Mobile tab in order to get to the right part of the StomperNet system. If that's not showing up for you, you need to drop a line to StomperNet's customer support and make sure that they've activated that for you. Okay. Okay, somebody wants to know how do they get their text mobile keyword and their short code. What you want to do, and again, you can do this in the portal, is if you look over in this area here, or actually it's right here, under Stomper Mobile Tools, there's StomperCast, which is the text messaging system, and there's Communicast, which is the toll-free and pre-recorded message system. And you get access to these for free. And if you want to upgrade, there's more services available for that. But that's where you get them. You click there, get them set up with the StomperCast system. You get one mobile keyword with that, so that's where you would get it. If you need more, then you'll need to upgrade to a higher level account. Okay. Somebody wanted to make sure I'd post those the 7x7 worksheet in the portal. I have. It's there. Okay. Okay. Somebody says they don't see a media area for Stomper Mobile. Just keep clicking around. It's definitely there. And even if you can't find it, I have it featured at the very top. So just look for 7x7 Mobile Marketing Strategy Worksheet. Okay, somebody's asking which mobile phone and text plan do I recommend. I really refrain from recommending a phone. I personally have an iPhone. I love it. But I haven't spent enough time on a BlackBerry or an Android or even most other smartphones to really even know what they're like. My gig isn't the mobile phone itself. My gig is marketing and the strategies. That's really where I focus my efforts. So there are plenty of people out there that could probably talk up and down, left and right about the different phones that are out there. I have an iPhone and love it. What I do recommend is that get an unlimited text messaging plan if it's affordable, and if not, at least get one that gives you enough room to do some text without having to spend, a quarter every time you do it. Somebody wants to know what type of 2D barcode do I recommend. If you'll go into the StomperNet forums and actually look for the post that says, it's kind of funny, but, actually you can do this. If you look over here under the popular tags where it says 2D barcodes, you can actually click on that. And then that will bring up every post where somebody talks about 2D barcodes, and it just so happens that I said something about it. And you'll see that I've actually recommended two right here. Okay, QuickMark is the one used by Google, and ScanLife is very similar. It's one I've used for a couple of years now. It's the one that I have on my business cards. And I would suggest that you go into the portal, check out both QuickMark and ScanLife. We'll be talking about it more in a later session, but you could head over there, and it's really cool, interesting stuff. And what's really neat is there was actually an example of one of these somewhere in the portal. Yeah, there was. In fact, let's take a look at it. In the portal right here, and thank you again, Craig. Here is a 2D barcode. This is the Quick Mark variety. And if you take a picture of that with your camera phone, provided that it has the software on it, it will actually take you straight over to Communicast, which is the toll-free message system, and it gives you the phone number and everything that you need in order to get set up with that. So that's kind of cool. All right. Okay. Someone's asking. This has to do with extensions, whether you use a .mobi, a .com, a .info, or whatever. I actually answered this pretty extensively in the StomperNet portal forum area, so you guys that aren't hanging out in the portal, you're missing some stuff. But anyway, here's the answer. It doesn't matter what your extension is really, but I'm saying that because some people are on a budget, and you don't want to just go spending a lot of money on a bunch of domain names if you don't have to. But here's the rule in general: if your traffic is going to be typing the domain in with their finger on their mobile phone, then it's often a good idea for it to be a .mobi site, because it tells them up front before they do all the typing that, hey, I know I'm going to a mobile site. So if they get your business card, or they see your link up on a billboard or a flyer or in the Yellow Pages or wherever they see it, if it's .mobi, it's a subtle way of telling people that this is a mobile site and that it'll work on their mobile phone, and so that's why you would do it. If your traffic is coming from a click on the web, then it doesn't matter what the domain is, because the person's just going to click it and they're going to head over, and they're probably on the computer anyway, but it just doesn't matter as much. But if you want to know what I actually said in the first session, and you want to just really kind of stick with the straight and true strategy that I had laid out, here's what I said. I would use your .mobi for your general site. I would use a .info for your transition page. The transition page is a page that's published in places where you're not sure how the person is going to reach your site. You don't know if they're going to be on a computer. You don't know if they're going to be on a mobile phone. You really just don't know. So by using .info, if they go there, it's kind of like a landing page or a fork in the road, so to speak, that gives them 2 or 3 links. And it says, click here if you want the PC site, click here if you want my mobile site, and click here if you want my phone number or my email address and things like that. Okay, so that's what that is. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is we've got a bunch of more questions here. I'm going to review through these, and I'll post some of the answers that I see in the forum, because we're running a little late here, and I apologize for that. What I'll do is try to answer as many questions as I can, and what I'd like to ask you guys is we're planning to have the next session again next Tuesday, the same time, same station. You'll get an email about it. So we've got a week there, and I'm going to try to also get the schedule for the entire thing all put together. I'm not sure yet if we'll be doing different days, different times, and stuff like that, and we will be having some breaks, because it is 10 sessions in 12 weeks. So, we'll be spreading that out, because I know some people need to plan things, but we'll try to get all that done this week. So as a quick review, a very quick review for what you need to do this week. Let me quickly do that, because I think it'll be really helpful for everyone. The first thing that you want to do is I want you to go through the 6.5 steps and just review that part so that that's in your mind, and then go over and grab the 7x7 worksheet and actually try to do one of those, okay? Actually try to do it as best you can. It will be extremely rewarding, and you actually can end up with a good campaign strategy that you could implement right away if you wanted to. And if you want to use it for the backdoor pass, that's great, okay? Also, make sure before you do all that, you review those 3 secrets that I shared at the very beginning about creating a dynamic campaign. That's really important. The second thing is I want to make sure that you sign up for the Stomper Mobile group. Go to mobilizeus.com/StomperMobile, put in the password member, and get that all set up. And then starting tomorrow and as days follows, share links with the group, okay? And then as far as the traffic strategies, I want to make sure that you go over to easy.com/snip and put in your 3 mobile magnet snippets, and we'll get that tweet set up and running as soon as we can. And then I want to make sure that if you've got some articles or resources or anything that's interesting mobile, that you go ahead and email that in to the web addresses that I shared. Here they are. If you've got reviews or testimonials about Stomper Mobile, or if you've got case studies that you've actually done. By the way, these case studies that I want on this are for things that you've actually done. No, I don't want you to just go out and find case studies on the web and post them here. What the reviews and case studies is for things that you've done where you've actually tried some of the strategies or things and just share with us, how it worked out. Okay, so that's it. It has been an absolutely fantastic 2.5 hours. I apologize for running late. I've got a lot more for you coming up next week. Yeah, did somebody say something?
Yeah, Dan, Tom Ham here.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Great job tonight. I really appreciate it as always. You're killing it. Wanted to just remind everybody, want to apologize first of all about the email that went out with the blank username and password information for the backdoor pass stuff for the affiliate stuff. We think we have that fixed, and we will have that out no later than tomorrow for sure.
That is terrific.
So just want to make sure everybody knows that. And if you have any questions about that, once you get that information, don't hesitate to contact me. I also left Big Jason Henderson's name and email in that email as well. He's our affiliate manager, so hope that helps.
Terrific. Terrific. Anything else?
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Okay, guys, thanks so much, and I shall see you next same time, same station. This is Dan Hollings with Stomper Mobile, and I love you all. Look forward to seeing your testimonials, your case studies, your strategies, your tweets, and your 7x7 mobile marketing strategy blueprints as soon as you've got them. Okay? Thanks so much, and good night.